Throughout this case, to this point, we have only been focused on justice. If this trial had collapsed because I or anyone else had revealed crucial details while the police were investigating, while the case was being built, while we were awaiting a verdict, then the vile individual who committed these crimes would have walked away a free man. The prospect of justice destroyed for the victims and their families. I would never do that, and nobody would ever forgive me if I had. That is why the law of this country forbade me or anyone else from disclosing details sooner.
What a load of BS. Keir Starmer had no problems calling every single protester far-right racists, making arrests and putting them in prison. Wasn't he interfering with the justice system when he did that? He even had people arrested for commenting online. He even went as far as having the UK police address the nation with Assalamu alaikum.
Salam alaikum. Good morning, everyone.
Meanwhile, the entire time he was intimately aware of the facts of the case. When Keir Starmer was painting every concerned Englishman and woman as far-right racists and saying they were all wrong about this killer, guess what? Keir Starmer knew that Alex Ruda-Cabana was referred to the government's counter-terrorism prevent program 3 times between 2019 to 2021. Keir Starmer knew Alex Ruda-Cabana produced a biological weapon ricin. Starmer knew that Alex Ruda-Cabana had in his possession an Al-Qaeda training manual. He knew that hours before he killed those 3 girls and injured 10 more, he watched a video of Bishop Marmarie Emmanuel being stabbed in the eye by a Muslim teenager screaming Allahu Akbar.
But let me address the facts as you put them to me. There has been a failure here, and I don't intend to let any institution of the state deflect from their failures, and I acknowledge that readily here. Yes, I knew the details as they were emerging. That is the usual practice in a case such as this.
How can anyone look at this and trust anything that comes out of Keir Starmer's mouth? I personally don't know. Aware of the facts of the case, Keir Starmer still went out of his way to call every protester far-right racist. That's crazy to me. To me, he lied to the nation then, and he's still lying now. Keir Starmer couldn't care less about the 3 girls that were stabbed or the grooming raping gangs. In both cases, all we've seen Keir Starmer do is protect Islamists via cover-ups. He said, and he's still saying, that the Southport murders is not connected to terrorism when it clearly is. He said, and he's still saying, that the Southport murders is not connected to a religious ideology, Islam, when it clearly is. Some people, including the government, Keir Starmer, are making the argument that just because Alex Ruda-Cabana was in possession of a jihadi terror training manual and that he searched on X for a video of Bishop Marmarie Emmanuel being stabbed in the eye, that it doesn't make Alex Ruda-Cabana a Muslim. And I disagree. I think the evidence absolutely indicates that he is most likely a Muslim. And I don't trust the police or Keir Starmer on what they're admitting they found out about Alex either. I think they found out way more than what they are telling us. So why? Why is he allowing Islamists to get away with murdering and sexually abusing children? It looks to me that one of the goals is to further increase censorship and restrict freedom of speech.
When I look through the details of this case, the extreme nature of the violence, the meticulous plan to attack young children in a place of joy and safety, violence clearly intended to terrorise, then I understand why people wonder what the word terrorism means. And so if the law needs to change to recognise this new and dangerous threat, then we will change it, and quickly. And we will also review our entire counter-extremist system to make sure we have what we need to defeat it. Now, that work is already underway. I've tasked Sir David Anderson KC, the new Independent Prevent Commissioner, to hold this system to account, to shine a light into its darkest corners, so the British people can have confidence that action will follow words. But I have to say, to face up to this new threat, there are also bigger questions. Questions such as how we protect our children from the tidal wave of violence freely available online. Because you can't tell me that the material this individual viewed before committing these murders should be accessible on mainstream social media platforms? That with just a few clicks, people can watch video after horrific video. Videos that in some cases are never taken down. No, that cannot be right.
If a law needs to change to recognize this new and dangerous threat, then we will change it. This is what KIER STARMER is really after, guys. This is the goal. More censorship, more restriction on freedom of speech, more government control over people's children. He just said it. This was KIER's plan all along. Just like with the education bill that is being introduced as some kind of solution to the grooming raping scandal, in the words of Nigel Farage, I am sure this bill is based on socialist dogma and the goal is to reduce choice and reduce freedom. And I agree. The same thing is happening here. KIER STARMER is going to use the Southport terrorist attack as an opportunity to further restrict freedom of speech and to increase more censorship. No wonder why then he's being accused of lying and of cover-up. There's a reason why people call him two-tier STARMER. He's obviously protecting the Islamic religion and Islamists. To me, it's the Islamic religion, in my opinion, that influences Islamists to carry out these terror attacks. And it's not just STARMER that I believe is involved. Every Western government is involved with the exception of perhaps America, now that Trump is in power. How many Muslim terrorist attacks needs to happen, or should I say needs to be covered up on Western countries for Western governments to realize that it's the Islamic ideology that is the cause of it? Listen, guys, I am a Christian. I am against anyone hurting or hating any person or group of people, including Muslims. Why? Because we are all made in the image of God. The only time Christians are allowed to use violence is in self-defense or to protect the person that's being hurt. What I am against is the Islamic ideology, which I believe is the reason behind these terrorist attacks. Alex Rudakabana had an Al-Qaeda terrorist manual and watched a video of a Christian bishop being stabbed in his eyes just before murdering those poor little girls. And we are supposed to believe that he's not a Muslim. Come on. So what's the solution? STARMER has to go. Oppose KIER STARMER with every fiber of your being. STARMER's agenda is dark and vile. I know the Tories are looking like the logical solution right now, but let me tell you this, guys. Neither the Tories, nor Labour, nor Reform, none of these liberal parties are going to give you a real solution. Why? Because liberalism has failed. Instead, vote for Christian People's Alliance Party. That's a Christian party. And only, I'm telling you, only a Christian party will put an end to all the problems that we have in society. Trust me on that one. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the reaction. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time, all right? Peace.